We're home, and it is 2:50 a.m. in the morning. The guys at PSI are actually staying up super late to make sure the car's finished and ready to roll tomorrow because we're taking it to the dyno down in Pompano Beach. Today, or Friday, if you want to call it that, is really the only day we could possibly do it. Otherwise, it would have to wait till after Japan, and I really wanted to get it tuned before Japan, just so this build that has so much excitement doesn't have like a month of dead time. I actually have to leave here to go pick up the car at 5 a.m. So I'm gonna take a quick 2-hour power nap, and then we'll have some fun. The guys at PSI literally stayed up all night trying to make sure the car would be good for today. How you feeling, Chris?
Tired.
Yeah.
Worth it, though.
All right, I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but the car sounds really cool. We're just doing a quick like visual inspection, checking for any leaks before we go and drive the car like 3.5 hours. Matt's actually taking his 335 down there as well. He's gonna get tuned.
Full bolt-ons, E60 Pro Tune, hybrid turbos, open downpipes. It's pretty good fun.
It's gonna be real fun.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cruise down together. Probably gonna be chugging gallons of coffee.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All the coffee.
Can you just give it just a little rev? Just a little rev? Okay, a little bit more. It sounds so much different. The twin turbos kind of act as mufflers, so having a single kind of lets it scream a bit more. Sounds sweet.
Nasty.
What? It sounds so cool. Oh, dude, it sounds like a mixture of like a Jay-Z and an RV.
Yeah.
So that's what, like 14 PSI?
Yeah.
What do you think AJ is gonna run it at, like 20?
Probably a little bit more than that. 85.
They can take it?
Oh yeah.
It sounds like it's running pretty good just for like a quick flash.
You hear that one good run when I came
Yeah.
back and it like popped?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Is 208 like a normal operating temp for this car?
Yeah. A little low. Because it's still warming up.
Interesting. It really does sound like a Jay-Z.
It feels like it's naturally aspirated until it just like kicks the boost in.
Yeah, it's funny. We just keep on clearing the codes at every stop sign. We're just turning the car up.
So we'll clear the codes with the engine off, and then we should be able to do like just like a small pool.
So you're saying pretty much like with this kit, no matter what, I'll always have to clear the codes like after every pull?
No. This
No, I know, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Dude, that's gnarly.
Picks up.
I should probably note that you're not supposed to do this with a brand new clutch, but we do have a 1,200 foot-pound clutch, and that's probably making what right now, like maybe like 400? So
I have no clue.
they throw cars right on the dyno with this clutch, so I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Got my monitors down here, and we're off. You know, for a 1,200 foot-pound clutch, this twin disc actually feels really nice. This car sounds sick. I actually currently have no AC in this car as well because we didn't have time to like charge the system or anything. No AC, gang. The car keeps on going basically into limp mode, so I'm kind of driving there with no boost at all. So the car feels extra sluggish, but we'll make it there. Running very late, very, very late. I'm sorry. What the heck is that? That's a big race boat. Look at that, they got a Jeep too. What do these guys have? There's race cars in there too? That's sick. This looks like the right place. All right, so we're at EMP now, and this is AJ, who has the world record for the most horsepower in his N54.
Hey guys, I'm AJ with EMP Tuning. I'm the owner, co-owner with Billy Orton. This is Billy Orton here, my business partner. Today we are actually installing an electronic boost controller, and we're putting Wattbox in there for two-step and NLS. For those who don't know NLS, it's no lift shift. We are putting a 7.5 intercooler, which involves cutting the support here. We removed the Evolution Raceworks intercooler because it will heat soak, obviously, at that higher power level. Finishing the wiring for the port injection, and then we're putting in the split-second AIC6, and then basically just finishing up all the little things around and dyno tune.
So before, the intercooler that I had was kind of small, and I'd probably have heat soak issues with the single running more boost. So this is a 5-inch core, and it fits really nice behind all the stock stuff, but it's not enough for the boost that we're gonna be running. So this is actually 7-inch plus has this upper section too, which is good for cooling the air, but it's annoying because you have to trim a bunch of stuff on the bumper. But while we're here and we're putting the car on the dyno, I'd rather do everything and kind of do it right than just kind of make what I have work and have to come back. We're about to take the car for a test run before we throw it on the dyno. We've been having a lot of issues with like the battery draining, so then we have the throttle body get stuck. We have the wrong spark plugs, needed new coil packs. Just trying to get the car perfect before we throw the car on the dyno. But AJ's been super helpful. We've been like just sorting through this thing all day. Very fortunate that I'm around a place that has so many spare N54 parts and N54 knowledge. So on top of all those other issues, the ABS module now completely took a crap. So just what we need when we're making all that power, right?
Of course. But who needs traction?
I need to get that limited slip diff, but I ordered it like 3 months ago and it still hasn't come.
Make sure no timing pulls, AFRs are good, pump, rail pressures. You know, just make sure everything is correct. There's no issues with the log. So we're gonna probably do a small 40 roll here if you want to hit the log. So let's start.
All right, the log gets started. Oh shit. It's quick.
Yeah, it feels good, especially for a low boost.
Yeah?
We had some splurging going on here in the windshield.
Yeah, I saw. Did you hit the windshield wiper?
Yeah, I went to grab it with both hands.
I could feel the wheel spinning.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to grasp the wheel.
Oh boy.
Make sure we're.
Was that in third?
That was second and third, yeah.
Jeez.
Feels good.
I don't know if I talked about it, but we put, what's the module called?
The N2MB watt box.
Which is essentially a no lift shift, rev limiter, and 2-step.
Yeah. So you can show the 2-step clutch in, 4,000, and then the rev limiter.
Sounded aggressive.
It's depends on the car, but some cars like it. Your car really likes it. Yeah.
Oh my god! Jeez! I'm acting like a little girl in here. You know it's fast when you can't hear the car anymore because there's so much wind noise.
Let's take a look at this logo.
It's not stopping. Alright, so it's finally dyno time. Conveniently enough, behind their shop they have a dyno, and we're gonna go tune it. We got E85, so we're gonna do a map for pump gas on 93, and we're gonna do a map on E85, and I'll be able to switch between them depending on what fuel I have available. So I'm excited. I don't know what the numbers are gonna be. He thinks it'll make somewhere around mid 600s. That'd be sweet. It felt crazy at like 450, so I can't imagine it being faster. Just for reference, on the stock twins, my car made somewhere around 383 wheel horsepower and like 420 foot-pounds of torque. I'll put a dyno clip in right here if I can find what it used to be like. I was a little mistaken, and I now realize that the turbo that I have was rated at 700 crank horsepower, not 700 wheel horsepower. So there's very little chance that we're gonna get over 700, but it would still be awesome to make high 600s on E85 and maybe like high 500s on pump gas. Pass number 1 is gonna be a base map pass. It's okay, the clutch feels weird. I stall it too. The clutch is very soft and it grabs very hard. Does that say 513?
513, we're about to add the torque right now.
On the base map.
460 pounds.
That's a nice base map. How much boost?
That was 17.6 pounds.
That's crazy. That's the same boost I was running on the twins. All right, boost is up about 5 PSI now. About an extra 26 horsepower. Really nice looking curves. So that was around 19.9 PSI and it made about 540 wheel horsepower. Remind you, we're at 93, 483 foot-pounds of torque. So at 23 PSI, I made about 560 horsepower and 503 foot-pounds of torque. It's crazy. 23 pounds on pump gas safe. Do you normally run more or less?
Depends on the car. This vehicle definitely is feeding a lot of fuel. Rail pressure never dropped under 2,000. Low pressure never dropped under 70. We actually can go more if we want.
I mean, honestly, I was like hoping for mid 500s on pump gas. I feel like that's already barely drivable.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be a good stopping point for pump gas.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna drop in the ethanol.
Okay, sounds good. So what do? You basically running out of gas on the dyno?
That's basically, we're pretty low now. It's almost empty.
Oh, really?
So everything's good at that point.
Cool.
We have the 3 jugs over here. We're gonna fill her up. Obviously let her cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's 3 runs. 3 back-to-back runs. Let her cool down a little bit, you know. The IATs were under 80.
Really?
So it's beautiful.
That's sick.
So.
I'm absolutely positive. I bet you can make 600 if you wanted to on this.
All day.
Yeah.
All day.
I'd much rather have the car safe though and conservative because I will not be happy if the motor blows up. I'd rather like just enjoy the car and drive it than try to make like some record-breaking horsepower.
What is your end goal for the max power on that?
It would be cool to see like 700 horsepower. If it's not possible, I understand. I understand the turbo's rated at 700 crank horsepower now.
Of course.
So.
I mean, the Zona that you have is rated for 780.
I thought it was 700.
780 crank, I mean, realistically.
It was like 15% drivetrain loss?
Something like that,
Okay.
realistically. I mean, you probably easily, I bet you I could put 780 wheel out of this thing, no problem.
No way.
No problem. But is this what you want?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be comfortable if we make over 700. I'm so excited to be on corn.
Race car.
Race car. Even though like it may seem like it's fully 85, there's still a little bit of 93 on it. And AJ keeps it really safe by tuning it for like E60, so if it's not complete E85 or if it's like crappy E85, it'll be safe.
Yeah, of course, you always want to have some leeway. Let's say if you ever have a winter blend, and the winter blends usually tend to be around anywhere from E50, E54, depending on the area. Like I've had clients who've actually had E40 mixes. So you want to make sure that you have a proper safety like variation. So let's say like, okay, I tuned for 85 and then one day you pump like E50, you know, the car can knock and detonate and all kinds of issues.
And just to address something that I know always comes up in the comments whenever I'm in this situation, the reason why I film really close to people's faces is 99% of the time because either they're a soft-spoken person or we're in an environment with a lot of fans and stuff and I don't have an external microphone, so it would just pick up all fan noise and no audio.
As you can see on the run 1, it was with pump gas. And obviously the timing is a little lower because of, you know, knock factor. On run 1 we made 513 wheel with 460 pounds of torque. With ethanol, with the same timing, basically, made 518 wheel with 2 less pounds of boost. So it goes to show how much stronger ethanol is, how much cleaner.
So we're already at 613 horsepower. That was at 22 pounds. In the last run where we were at 22 pounds on 93, the car made 557. So that's about 60 horsepower increase, about 24 foot-pounds of torque. 683. I bet AJ didn't expect that. Yo, 683. You said you're gonna stop at 650.
I guess I overshot it.
How much boost?
Yeah, it's really good. As you can take a look here on the data log. I anticipated a little less boost, but it was 27 spike and it tapers to 26.8. You can clearly see that there's no timing corrections, but right here we have a pull on number 4, so we're gonna pull it back down a little bit. So we just want to make sure it's safe.
What does that mean?
Usually it means there's probably some knock.
Okay.
Very slight knock. I mean, it's really, really small. So just to be safe, I know we want this on the safe side.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to turn the boost down a little bit and then try to see if we can add a little more fuel.
On this run, he's basically doing the same thing, just a little bit less boost and a little bit less timing so we can make sure that it's safe, and then that will be my like E85 kill map. AJ thinks it's starting to break up because the oxygen sensors I have are really old and I probably should have replaced them. AJ, is it correct that E85 fouls the O2 sensors way faster?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Especially being the ones you had on the car for 90-something thousand miles.
The O2 sensors do have 90,000 miles on them. They're actually really easy to access though on the Motiv kit. I say we leave it at 660 if that's safe. Is that safe?
Oh yes.
Okay, super safe.
The issue that you're running into right now is the way that fuel pump is designed. The way the two 450s are, instead of feeding into each other, one 450 feeds into the other 450 tees off underneath itself to feed itself again and then into the fuel line that goes to the high pressure. So you're losing fuel pressure. The way Fuelet's kit is designed is it dumps full power of both 450s into the same line. So what's going to happen is either that pump needs to be modified or it needs to be changed out in order to keep low pressure higher in general.
So it is definitely possible to make over 700 horsepower with this car. What do we have to do if we want to do that?
Basically got to update the fuel system, add a return line, make a modification, a regulator, and it'll stabilize everything. Possibly bigger injectors, I don't think we need them. And then that will keep an equivalated pressure throughout the entire system, and we can definitely turn it up over 700, no problem.
But where we're at now, I don't think there's any possible reason to have more power than what's on the car right now without an LSD. So I'll wait till I have an LSD and grip our tires, and then maybe we'll meet up in the future and get it done. But anyway, I definitely appreciate everything you guys have done. So thank you again.
No worries, man.
Have a good night, man.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, of the 3-hour drive I had coming home, it was raining about 90% of the time, so I wasn't really able to get on it much other than a couple third gear pulls. I'm really tired and GoPro footage sucks at night, so I think what I'm gonna do is tomorrow make kind of like a first impressions of the single turbo kit video. I'll mic up the exhaust, I'll mic up the turbo, I'll talk about stuff that I notice, the good, the bad. But until then, I want to extend a massive thank you to Motiv for giving me a really good deal on this kit. As a reminder, this is the Motiv 700 single turbo kit with port injection. A massive thank you to PSI for making this happen so quickly. They're in Winter Park. They're mainly like BMW performance specialists. And of course the EMP Tuning for a last minute sick tune and helping me get this thing all dialed in. And thank you guys, super hype. I know those flames deserve a thumbs up because those flames are sick flames. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll do my best to answer them tomorrow. But until then, I need some sleep because it's like 48 hours of no sleep. Bye guys.